How does an 11-year-old autistic boy manage to build a 6.33-meter-long Lego replica of the Titanic using 56,000 Lego cubes? Brynjar Karl talks about how he overcame very complicated obstacles to complete his dream project that also became his X Factor. He's on a mission to encourage kids to plan their own unique dream journey because the reward is much greater than anyone can ever imagine. My Autistic X Factor with Brynjar Karl.
I have learned that everyone has a special talent, or an X Factor. That is another word for something special. That's something special that makes us all unique, and is why no other two persons are the same. I'm sure you have a very interesting X Factor. We all have one. The question is, when will we find it? You may have found yours already, but if not, you will definitely find it soon. It doesn't matter if you're different. We're all special in our own way. The X Factor can mean all kinds of talents. Maybe you are really good at dancing, or maybe you are really good at drawing, acting, singing, cooking, or making faces. Maybe you tell great jokes. Well, I found my X Factor when I was 10 years old, and I really want to share that story with you, because that's when everything changed for me. But first, I would like to tell you about myself. I was born on the 20th of January 2003. I was born with 10 fingers and 10 toes, just like most of us. I got bigger and learned new things just like little children do, and nothing pointed to the fact I would be any different from other children. I learned to smile, point, crawl, and finally to walk. I started going to the kindergarten when I was 2 years old and got a cut on my forehead, just like most boys get. I got really good at eating with spoons. Sometimes I ate stuff you're not supposed to eat, like sand, flowers, soap, and of course, boogers. I learned all the letters of the alphabet and how to put them together and create words. But when I turned 3, something happened inside me, which was going to change everything. Suddenly, I couldn't say all the things I wanted to say. All the words I had learned disappeared into a fog, and so did I. While other kids my age got better and better at talking and playing together, I fell behind. It was like a huge gap that kept growing between me and the other children. I just couldn't connect with them, just like they connect with each other. I tried playing with the kids from within my fog, but they couldn't understand me, just like I couldn't understand them. The words wouldn't come out right, and I wasn't able to put them together correctly. I changed from a happy boy into an unhappy and lonely boy. Instead of smiles, there were tears. My teachers tried many different ways to help me feel better in the fog, but they couldn't find a way to reach into my fog. Neither did my family. They didn't know what to do. The only things that could make me happy during the time were trains. I loved watching them go round and round. I imagined I was in a train all the time. You could say trains were my greatest medicine at the time. When I had my trains, I felt good. When I turned 5, my mom took me to see the doctor. It was a special kind of doctor who could find out why I had disappeared into fog. But I had to take all kinds of tests, some hard and some easy. He asked me questions that I tried to answer as well as I could. The doctor found out that I had something called autism. When I got the diagnosis, I was too young to understand what autism was, so my mom decided to wait a while before explaining it to me. When I was 9 years old, my mom and my big sister explained it to me that I had autism. I remember I was very surprised and I felt worried because I didn't really know what autism was. I asked my mom if it was a pill to cure autism, but she explained there's no cure or medicine for autism, and also no one knows why some people get it and why others don't. It's hard for me to explain how it is to have autism, because I've always had it, so I don't know anything else. There are also many different kinds of autism. Some people with autism need to be in special schools because they need a lot of help. But others like me can stay in normal school with some extra help. To give you an example how my autism works, my mom once told me to jump in the shower and wash with soap. Of course I did what I was told, wash myself with soap, jumping the whole time. It can be very hard for me to understand the correct meaning of words. So sometimes I got angry at other kids, and when I didn't understand them and thought they were teasing me, even if they were only trying to say something positive. It can also be difficult to make friends when you have autism, because then you don't always the right way to behave with other people. That also makes working or playing in a group pretty tricky. We often feel more comfortable playing on the computer or somewhere else there's peace and quiet. We who have autism can sometimes be a bit repetitive, but I can tell you that's a good thing, because when you do things over and over again, you get really good at them. For example, I've gotten really good at building with Lego. I've been building Legos ever since I can remember and have become a talented Lego builder. I can follow instructions, but I can also design something by myself. Then there's my other talent. I've studied ships. The bigger the ship is, the more I know about them. These two interests, ships and Lego, would become my X factor. When I was 10 years old, I had learned all there was to know about a certain ship called the Titanic. And I had an awesome idea. This awesome idea came me to after spending an entire day learning about how the Titanic was built. For those who don't know it, the Titanic was one of the largest steam engine ships in the world. It was 269 meters long and 28 meters wide, and it had so many things aboard, like a library, swimming pool, gym, tennis ground, and even a turkey's bath. It was really magnificent, and it was built in 1912. I had read about the Titanic, I had drew the Titanic, I had baked a Titanic cake, I had finished a Titanic jigsaw puzzle, I had built a model of the Titanic, I had dreamt about the Titanic. Then one day I decided that I wanted to build the Titanic. I just had to build an amazing ship. And there was not a doubt in my mind that I could do it. But I was not going to build the ship out of iron and steel. No. My ship will be built out of Lego bricks, of course. And this decision became my new obsession. But my obsession helped me to the finish line. It took me 11 months to build my 6 meter and 33 centimeter long dream ship using 56,000 Lego bricks. But what's more important, and why I stand here on this stage, is what I discovered. And it was much bigger than my ship. I learned what really drove me to the finish line. And it was not only my obsession. This discovery I had to share with others. It's a discovery for all of us who are chasing a dream and would like to turn it into a reality. I discovered there were 3 very important things that drove me to the finish line. Number 1, you have to believe. And I really believed that I could build the Titanic. Number 2, you need the right team to help you get you there. And I have my family. Number 3, never give up, because there will be obstacles, but you will overcome them with the help of your team and your belief. Today, I invite kids with autism to try out these 3 very important dream-chasing rules in a workshop I call my Autistic Story Factory. My team and I help them write and visualize their own amazing story about autism, and then we turn it into a video artwork. We make sure they believe they can write an amazing story. We make sure they have the supportive team to help them. We make sure they don't give up until their amazing story is finished. We share the outcome on social media and use the opportunity to raise awarenesses about autism at the same time. And I have very good news for all of you here. You can sponsor a kid to this workshop simply by buying my book, My Autistic X Factor. Like I said, there is no pill to cure autism. And I don't know if in my lifetime there will ever be a cure. But if that would happen, I don't know if I would like to take that home. I'm fine having autism. As long as you are okay with me being different, I'm perfectly okay. Being different is not so terrible. I want to believe it's more interesting. The good news is that we who have autism can train our weaknesses and become stronger citizens. With your help, I'm a living proof and many others. Autism does not have to be a negative thing. It can be a gift. It all depends how we look at it. And I prefer to look at it as a positive thing. Thank you.